What's up, world? This is We Need to Fit. This your man Mo. On the line.
Yo,
In the building.
What up?
Fellas, what's going on, man? What's going on?
All good. All
yeah,
good,
we
man.
it's good to be back 100%, man. Usually it's like a 60% team or
The band's back
33%
together.
team. Good to see like 100% team, man. It's where it's supposed to be at.
Yeah, man. We're almost a quarter of the way through the NBA season so far. Want to talk about, and you're gonna appreciate this as a fellow like Laker fan. Anthony Davis resurgence, or can we call it a resurgence at this point? He's averaging 26.3 points a game, giving you about 11 rebounds a game, close to 12 rebounds a game, about 2.5 blocks a game, and doing it in 34 minutes.
Mm.
Can we say this is a resurgence for Anthony Davis? Can he get back in the good graces of Hill?
I'll go with an improvement.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Okay.
we're going to say he's back to Pelicans, Anthony Davis. Let's hold off on that. I'll be fine with just a bubble Anthony Davis because it gave you a championship. But his best years were in New Orleans. And I don't see that now.
Wow.
He's healthy, though.
Okay.
I mean, let's just be happy he's healthy. Let's just start there. You know what I'm saying? Season isn't even halfway over. More. Listen. In 2 days, he gets hurt. We'll say what?
And that's what I want to kind of get around. I've always felt my disappointment with Anthony Davis was, his lack of availability. I always felt that he had the talent and skill to be dominant, to be a superstar in this league. He should, with his talent and skill level, he should be talked about in the top 5 in the league. He should always be an MVP consideration. But because of his lack of availability, none of those accolades can flow his way. Now, am I wrong in that? Or are you saying that, your disappointment with Anthony Davis is more than his lack of availability?
Well, no, because because sometimes he doesn't give you those stats which you just gave me about, a minute ago when he's playing. Sometimes he's half-hearted. I think 1, he's healthy, and 2, he's playing determined. And I think that's because of the drastic drop-off I'm seeing from LeBron James, albeit 21 years. But he is looking like this is his last legs. And he's pretty much in decent shape.
Yeah, because he's still giving you about 20 plus points a game, right?
I think it's he picks his times for defense as opposed to being the defensive player who he was before. And that's just age. But he's out there though, so he's becoming a liability. I've seen young kids going around him. Zion's jumping over him. Zion jumps over everyone, but it just seems like he's getting overpowered. And he was the strongest man before. And he picks his time in which he has mouse in the house days in which he bodies, people down. But to see him on defense is starting to say, give me a cause of worry. But for that, I think Anthony Davis has picked up the slack to say, like, listen, my now Robin, who I have him as now, is now starting to, show his age. So now I have to step up. And that's what I think that's what the plan was, to hand the keys over to him. And if he's going to play like this, then I'm more than happy with that, regardless of the result of the Lakers.
Hey, let me hear from the non-Laker fan. P, jump in on this for me real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think about the AD resurgence, man?
Yeah, I mean, I can't call it a run. He had a run of 5 good games out of 20 games. You know what I mean? So I can't really call it a resurgence. Like I can't.
He's averaging 26 points a game. He's giving you almost 12 boards a game. 20. That's a double-double in anybody's book, right?
But how many games? That's the issue. How many games is he doing this in? If you played all 20 games, there's nothing to talk about. He's back. but that's just not the fact. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's played like 10 or 15 games. I'm saying
That's
majority of the 20 he's been here.
that's how bad it is. You said he played 10 games. He played half the games, and that's good enough. That's horrible. That's horrible.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I
it's more
think we
than
would
10
sign
games.
up for about 40. I think we would sign up for 41 right about now, to be fair.
Nah,
That's
I told Pete the other day, man, we were talking about this. Hey, I need a solid 65 out of him
Oh
for the
God,
regular
no,
season.
no.
I need a solid 65, bro.
No,
I think I
no.
deserve that at this point, man.
No, you deserve 82 games from him.
Thank you.
You deserve 82
No,
games.
I want 100 games.
You're not going to get that because they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, to me, letting someone off the hook and say, okay, you gave me 70, 75 games. Anything under 70 games, I can't say you had, I could barely even say you had a good season. I could say you had a good season when you played, when you were out there, but anything under 70 games, that kind of disqualifies you from any like top 5, top 10 lists.
Is he better than Kawhi?
And I was just about
Same
to get
thing, right?
into that. Like, hey,
is he better than Kawhi?
I would take him over Kawhi.
Are we talking health-wise as a player at their peak when they're available? There's so many caveats to that question.
I mean, at their peak, I think it's a no-brainer. I take Anthony Davis every day.
Really?
Week.
Yeah, at their peak, I'm taking Kawhi.
I don't even know Kawhi's peak. And Anthony Davis, I'm not too sure. I don't even know what that.
Kawhi's peak is at Toronto for me.
Period. If that's the case, if that's the case, I'm going to say push.
Okay.
I really can't tell a difference between either one. How good they are, how bad they are. They just don't play enough for me. And for me, for Kawhi, I mean, his best years to me probably been in San Antonio. The Toronto years, I think he got lucky, but he got the championship, so there's no way around it. But I think he got a lot of luck during that whole run. So I almost crossed that run out.
Oh, he had his 4-leaf clover in his back pocket. That definitely for that.
I don't take that. I listen. And clearly the leader of that team, but I take that run as straight everything. 4-leaf clover, rabbit's foot, and multiple injuries.
And
I blocked that. I blocked that championship out, and still went what 6? 6 or 5?
Yeah.
6, right?
6.
Enough. I blocked that out. And AD plays an average of 31 games for his career.
Yes.
But they both gave you chips, and they both were instrumental in getting the chips.
Yeah. To me, it's just one led, one was the second. But yeah, AD balled out. Can't take nothing away from him. He balled out.
Oh, big time. But is he a great player?
Not in my eyes, no.
Okay, but a Hall of Famer. No one's gonna say yes, right?
Yeah. You almost have to at this point.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's gonna be. I feel like Ben Wallace coming on.
Ben Wallace is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about.
There should be no question that a player of Anthony Davis' talent level is in the Hall of Fame.
And usually I say, all you have to do is stay healthy. No. I think AD can stop now. He's in.
Really?
He's in.
Like,
well, Luka's played 3 years, and he's 2 40-point games to be an all-time 40-point scorer in Dallas. So pretty much Luka and John Moran are almost on point to be Hall of Famers right now for whatever they've done.
Son, they're already in.
No, they probably have to keep going.
It's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know how much longer.
Well, the thing is, it depends. Do you think Derrick Rose is getting in?
Yes. He shouldn't.
I don't think
I think it's a no-brainer that he should not. I think with everything that they play into, from Simeon to college,
and
I think he's in.
Just Calipari?
And he was the youngest MVP, right?
Okay.
I would say no. And I like Derrick Rose.
Ben Wallace was there.
I do too. I have Derrick Rose a no-brainer, but I'm going by their standards. It's a good chance because they were talking to me about a couple fringe players that they were saying before. They're like, clearly a Hall of Fame career. They were talking about during the NBA. I think it was yesterday's game, and I'm like, no shot, really? And they're clear cuts. I have to think about the players, but it's a scary list that could,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Once you let Ben Wallace in on the first ballot, son, you let everybody in pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Yeah.
right. I went off on a tangent when we got up on AD, but AD, he's improved, Mo. I can't say he's back. Definitely not to the Pelicans. And like I said, the Lakers will take bubble AD, but he's improving. And let's just watch a few more games, and hopefully he can stay out there.
Yeah, I think the only thing you have to worry about is him being available at this.
That's always the only thing.
Yeah.
Like if put this way, if he plays 70 games by the end of the season, I'll say he's back. For me personally.
Wow. Oh wow. I guess he won't be coming back anytime soon. Speaking of AD and some of our disappointment with his lack of availability, are there any other players out there that we can think of that had this similar talent, similar skill level that kind of disappointed us? For example, I know I've always talked to you guys about, especially off the air, about my disappointment with some of Allen Iverson's choices later on in his career. Not so much, hey, what he did on the court, but hey, I think Allen Iverson had an opportunity to join the Boston Celtics when they had the big three there with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. And he was offered an opportunity to join that team and come off the bench. But because AI is AI, he didn't want to take that and wanted to come off the bench and contribute to a team moving forward as a starter. That always disappointed me. I felt that was an opportunity lost for him, that he could have at least gotten one championship, if not multiple championships. Are there any other players similar to that, or even modern, current day players that we feel disappointment, whether it be for their lack of availability or not living up to their expectation of what they would be?
I could think of some, but even just to piggyback up on that, Mo, I'm on the other side of the fence with AI. Like, I would have been more disappointed if he did go, and he did go.
And I know we were talking about this off the air. That's the catch-22 with my disappointment with AI. I recognize part of what I love about AI, what I love about him is his drive, his unwillingness to compromise, in the sense that, hey, he's just going to go get it. He's going to find a way to get it. That's the way he led that 76ers teams to the finals. And if I'm honest with myself, that AI would never have joined the Boston Celtics, would never have cherry picked like we say Kevin Durant did when he went to Golden State. But as an AI fan, I want him to have some hardware, and I felt like, hey, that was a prime opportunity to step out of his comfort zone. I would have loved for him to step out of his comfort zone, step out of his box, and grab a championship, man. I feel like it's a shame that he doesn't have hardware with the talent and skill that he displayed.
I think to me, he's just an unlucky Kobe Bryant. Like, if he teamed up with Shaquille O'Neal early in his career, I think he would have stayed with Philly if Shaq was on Philly for his entire career. It's one of those players. And in Kobe, I would wonder if he had went somewhere else, or if he would have stayed. I just think it was just luck of the draw who he'd been. But I think him and Kobe, I think, were just two players, and I never knock anyone for leaving for a better situation. But Kobe should have never played with Smush Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like, AI shouldn't have played with some of the teams he should have had. I think it's just bad management they surrounded these players with. Slavadenko or Medvedev, all these players that they gave Kobe and during those times in which he threatened to go to Colorado, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad AI didn't. But see, the difference is Kobe found success early, so he was already validated. So it didn't hurt him that much to deal with those hard years. So the hardware for Iverson, to me, I get it. Why why he didn't do it, and then I was real frustrated that he did and bounced around. It got bad at the end. I would just preferred it to be Philly, that's his home. It's going to be a tough night each and every night. It's going to be an 89-86 game. He's probably going to have 30-some points, and they're just going to grind it out. It's unfair, but that's what makes me feel like he's great in my eyes. AI is great. You know what I mean? You ask people about, like, you need the hardware and everything. Like, that's one person I overlook. Like, nah, he's not 6 feet. And to do what he's done and everything, like, that's the one person I'll take my man P's litmus test and say, I totally disagree with Allen Iverson. To me, it's one person without hardware is great. I got to see him. I was thankful for it. I don't count Denver. I don't count China. Like
Memphis?
I don't count.
What about Detroit?
Like I said, like that hurts me that we have to go through that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he could have made one stop in Boston and been Gucci.
I don't know, because Gary Payton made one stop in LA and it wasn't Gucci, and so did the mailman. And that team should have won 82 games in the regular season.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, but thinking talent-wise,
what players have disappointed y'all, man? Come on, man. I know I ain't the only one out there.
Without injury? Without injury, right?
With or without injury.
That's not fair, though, right?
Well, at this point, it's kind of like a combination. Paul George, although, you know, he wasn't really touted coming into the league, but after seeing him play, I'm like, put it this way, he was top 10 at one point to me.
Absolutely. But I think he's happy being a thief, Paul. He plays just enough to give you max money. I get frustrated by saying he is a $41 million man, which I say he deserves it, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He has way more offensive skill than LeBron James. It's not even close. And he gives me nothing. So I guess because he has all the tools. He's nice.
Yeah, to me, it's a combination of that, which you're saying, and also now at this point, his availability. I think his skill set, we should look at him as a scorer like a Carmelo or a Kevin Durant. And I don't, just because he's not out there enough.
Yeah, but when he is, he's nasty out
there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Disgusting. Yeah, the skill set is.
He loves that LA TMZ life, though, bro. If you look outside of it, the instant, like Spago and the restaurants, he loves that personality. And he has enough money to do it. It's just his heart's not in basketball. I don't even know if Kawhi's heart's in basketball. I think they feel like the check is cut. So yeah, I guess Paul George, Kawhi.
And I was just about to get into Kawhi, because I think, thinking about it, he's really disappointing for me just because of the narrative that he could have, you know, because he came into the league as a defensive stopper. He wasn't an offensive player by any stretch of the imagination, but through hard work and determination, he got his offensive game to level up with his defensive prowess. And for that story to be out there and for you to now be pretty much unavailable for the majority of the last 3 years, it's like, wow, dude, you had the opportunity to take what Kobe did and take it to another level, because you didn't start off with the same skill set as Kobe did. You know what I mean? So you weren't supposed to be where you're at this point. And you had that, hey, I went to work, I put my combat boots on, grabbed my lunch pail, and I grinded it out, and I became a superstar. And it's like, and for that narrative to kind of take a back seat now, because you're never available. You're never out there. And it's like you're always getting hurt. And at this point, I want to see him start considering retiring at this point if you're going to be hurt this much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's disappointing, but that's all about your expectations. You know what I mean? But I look at him almost like a Bill Walton, because you know, in our age group, we know Bill Walton from coming off the bench with the Celtics, giving high fives, waving towels. apparently he was, a great
He was a
player
beast.
at Portland, and I think that's what Kawhi is, to the fact where I don't think Bill Walton should be a Hall of Famer, and I think Kawhi is headed in that direction where, I know he led a team to a championship and everything, but the totality of his career, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if he's going to have a Hall of Fame career, in my eyes. In my eyes, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Any other players? I mean,
That's
AD,
active now, but you did Allen
Kawhi,
Iverson.
PG, Allen Iverson.
Well, injuries it's always for me gonna be Penny and Grant.
Yeah, it's gonna be Penny and Grant always, right?
Yeah, that's just I might
and
be
of course, I mean, don't know what you expect of them, but I mean, of course, like Christian Laettner, like if you didn't expect them,
whoa,
you didn't
I'm gonna
expect.
stop you.
Wait.
Stop.
Listen, we didn't expect. Hold on. You expect Christian Laettner to be what he was in the NBA?
Son, stop, yo.
What did you expect Christian Laettner to be in the NBA? What he turned out to be?
Pretty much.
I didn't expect him to be in the NBA, yo.
He might have overachieved
early.
Third pick?
Like he wasn't better than Shaq.
Let's not go.
Did he give you over 8?
No.
Yeah. Christian? No.
Christian.
I don't know. But we know he's better. We know
Shaq
better
was
better than him. We know Zoe was better than him.
And Zoe career is questionable too.
He got a chip.
But that's a Penny Grant.
Okay. In my mind, no. But I think he's already in or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Son, Ben Wallace is in. Yo, everybody y'all named.
Ben Wallace had a better career than Zoe? No. Zoe had a short career though.
I don't
Be
know.
careful, right? Be careful.
Zoe got 2 ships, y'all. Y'all didn't realize that.
Well, come on.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, I think he has 3 chips.
Come on.
Ben contributed more for that one chip than Zoe did. And I'm not a Ben Wallace guy, but
1 year from Alonzo Mourning in Charlotte Hornets year is better than Ben Wallace's entire career, yo.
Better player, no argument, no question.
No, Alonzo Mourning is a better player than Ben Wallace.
Career-wise, I don't know. It's questionable.
The career,
no, he got more chips than him with better numbers, yo.
Well, here's where I'll say it's easily Zoe. Zoe had a better college career than Ben had an NBA career. So if it's put into totality of college and high school, Zoe had a way better college career than Ben Wallace's existence in basketball.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. You're talking, even a career, he might got him. When we talk about like this stuff, I try to figure out. I'm starting a franchise. Who do I pick? Alonzo Mourning, Ben Wallace. Easily Alonzo Mourning. So I know
it's like,
yeah. It's a good chance I might pick Rusty Wallace.
Yeah.
Like,
but
the Basketball Hall of Fame really messed it up once they allowed him in first ballot.
Oh no, more they messed up before that, bro. Let you know before that.
But
that guy's that's doing
right there.
Listen, that guy that's doing the games on TNT, I love him, but let's be careful now. I know how much I like that sharpshooter, but let's be careful. We're gonna talk great in this thing. Let's don't get me started here. You guys want if you want to say Pat Ewing's a Hall of Famer?
Boom baby Reggie Miller?
Is Pat a Hall of Famer?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe he's a Hall of Famer.
No, I believe he should be. If I had a Hall of Fame, I would put
Pat would be in there. Okay. All right. Well, that would go against my argument then. Because I don't have Pat in there and I don't have Reggie in there.
Reggie would be borderline.
Reggie wouldn't be in there. It's Reggie wouldn't be in there. Mitch is not in there. Reggie's not in there. It's pretty easy stuff.
Before we totally get disowned by the top 75, let's
I have no problem with Paul Pierce. No, he's not in there. Ray Allen, not in there.
Wow. Yo, hit us up on social media, people. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Let us know. Are there any players out there that disappointed you through their careers? Whether active players or past players from the past, hit us up on social media or email us directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button on YouTube so that you are notified when the next video comes up. Fellas, the Brooklyn Zoo is still open and Kyrie has returned.
KD is balling out of control.
Okay, start there.
Facts.
He is ridiculous. And as much as I've been killing him these last 5 games, well, prior to when Kyrie was out, he has, again, a regular season game. You told me Orlando versus Brooklyn, I would say I find something to do. Watching Bol Bol, that's another story. Run the point, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Versus KD, bro, that was probably one of the best games I've seen in a while. And KD was in his bag that game.
Very entertaining game. Yeah, like Bol Bol. Yeah,
it's nasty.
Denver,
top point guards in the game right now.
Denver, y'all messed up on that one.
Did they ever, bro?
I was wondering why he wasn't playing. I still am wondering why he wasn't playing because he could play. He's nice.
And gambled on himself, which I'm happy for.
He's nice. The KD balling out. KD, I mean, I know we get on him, but we always do tell people we're getting on him for his leadership. He's a top 5 player, unbelievable talent, and he's showing that this season again.
He plays like this. He's the best player in the league.
Yeah.
He is the best player in the league with the way he's balling out right now. He is nasty.
The best player in the league?
No, you want to go to Giannis? The way listen, you can take Giannis. That'll be fine. No arguments here, none whatsoever. I can't. I would take KD how he's playing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a stretch because I mean, for the past 10 years, KD's not even top. KD's been a top 3 player for like the past 10 years. So to say he's the best now that LeBron fell off a little bit, it's not crazy. I would say Giannis maybe, but KD's a hell of a silver consolation prize. Giannis is the best. KD's just second best.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little weird right now, but I have him a little bit further removed from the best in the league right now.
Understandable. I just want to know who you have up there, Mo.
Yeah, I can't have him no lower than 3.
I
can't have him no lower than 2.
Yeah,
I've got him at 1 right now, but I can't go to 2.
Steph
no.
Before him.
Yeah, Giannis is Steph. I'm good with that.
That's his. No. I got Steph 4.
Oof.
Steph 4. We went through this last year too, where he made me look like an idiot. I got Steph 4th, and I think I'm confident having Steph at 4 right now.
What's it? All right, we're going to transition to this, but let's get to it now. Too early MVP, top 5.
But that's a different conversation. But that's kind of a different conversation. Are we saying the best, the 5 best players, or the 5 best? Because KD, to me, as everything we said about KD is true, he's not. I don't think he's that number 1 for my MVP. Yeah. I would go to Giannis and Tatum are my top 2 for MVP.
Which is gross.
Because Curry and Durant, because their team record, kind of eliminates them for me. They're like 500. They're on 500 teams. So, like, I think they're both better than Tatum. But if you ask me who's the MVP, I would go Tatum over both of them.
I think we went down this road too with Donovan Mitchell. I think 2 years ago with UP.
Yeah.
Why was he not considered when they had the best? Right. And thank God that they don't.
It's in Booker the year after that, but
correct in Booker. Thank God they don't look at it that way. I'm glad. I'm glad that Williamson, Lord, the best player who should be on the best team in the league. I mean, that's why you should have Booker and Donovan Mitchell. And you were right about it, but for me, who's selfish, thank God they don't look at it that way.
Well, unfortunately, they did when Barkley and Karl Malone won over Jordan, but you know,
right? Yeah.
That's that. Yeah.
You know what? Let me go back to Brooklyn Zoo. I know I said top 5 MVPs. Let me go back to Brooklyn Zoo. Yeah, I think with KD playing the way best in the league right now,
right?
And now he got his partner in crime, Kyrie, with him. And it looks like, from what everybody's reporting, Ben Simmons is coming back into form, or at least part of what he looked like in his early career.
He's out tonight, Mo.
Mhm.
He's out.
He's beginning to feel comfortable, at least, and I think it'll take something from that. But they're a better team together now. There's that time Kyrie was away. I don't know if it bonded them better, but now there's more faith in Curry. There's more faith in Harris. You know what I mean? There's more faith in the bench players. You know what I'm saying? Royce O'Neal. You know what I mean? They're starting to gel as a team. It doesn't seem like this one-on-one kamikaze basketball.
I know
and Jacques Vaughn should get some credit for that.
I know we had some doubts about them being a playoff team. Are they a playoff team at this time?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fair.
Okay. Well, you know the next question: are they a championship contender?
No.
If they keep getting better, they
truthful,
might be. If they keep getting better, they might be. I'm starting to come around on Brooklyn now. I was down on Brooklyn last week.
That's the
like the Dow
Kyrie
Jones
fan
with
I
me.
know. That's the Kyrie fan I know, right
That's
there.
Dow
ladies
Jones
and
with me. I
gentlemen.
don't believe it.
That's the Kyrie
If it comes
fan
back
I know.
around, yeah.
That's the Kyrie fan I know, man.
Yeah, I mean, in and out basketball, I like what Claxton is doing down low. They could be. I mean, they can squeeze out some games. I just think Boston's just a better team.
Yeah.
So if Boston gets picked off early, I think it'll be better for them, but they can't match up with Boston again early. Then no, they'll lose. But if they can get picked off by if Orlando makes the playoffs, it should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they could get past Boston or Milwaukee.
Right.
And I'm gonna throw this out there, P. I don't think they can get past Cleveland either.
Maybe not. Maybe
I
not.
I don't know. I really like Cleveland, but I'll probably go with Brooklyn just off the experience, just because Cleveland is new to this. But yeah, you're right. Cleveland looks good. They look good.
There's your team that Boston can't. I don't think wants to see. Like I think Cleveland can knock off of Boston. They beat them already.
Yeah, they have the talent to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm just going off experience, basically. But Cleveland they're a really talented team.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland, really dark horse, man, right now. I think they have the potential to be what Boston was last year.
Boston looks good though. I mean, all credit needs to be given. And is that the system? I mean, I don't know because he's not there now coaching them. So
yeah, they haven't missed a beat. I said it. I didn't think they were. By the way, Tatum gave you 49 tonight. He's balling out.
I think it's a combination of all things coming together. I think it's the culture that they've already established, even prior to Ime coming to Boston. I think it's a matter of, hey, your young stars maturing in Tatum and Brown and really figuring out, hey, how they can work together and still be explosive and fully utilize their talents. And the system that was in place. You know, hey, they fully planned on having Ime Udoka as the head coach this year. And they had gone through, preseason and off-season workouts with that in place. Hey, and the assistant coach stepped up with the same system, same plan, just a different man carrying out the orders.
So this is still Ime's blueprint. So with that being said, Ime is still the hottest commodity out. If that's the case, if X is able to just slot in right now and then flawlessly run the offense and the defense, and this is Ime's work, I mean, regardless of what baggage he has, he's gonna be hard to, pretty much stay home with them. I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Ime would have been Brooklyn's head coach if not for the Kyrie issues that they were facing. I think if they didn't have that hiccup with Kyrie, Ime would be in a Brooklyn uniform right now. Honestly, and I think you're totally right as far as, hey, he's probably one of the hottest coaches as far as, hey, a team wanting to pick up a verified coach that, hey, has proven that, hey, he can get results. I think he's going to be at the top of that list for any team.
And Tom heals all wounds. I think he'll be back quicker than we believe anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he he coached the team to the finals. So obviously he's a good coach. You know what I mean? So like the only reason he's even available is because of what he did off the court. So
yeah.
So wrapping it up, do we think the Brooklyn Zoo drama is over? That hey, now we're going to actually have a basketball team that we can actually just talk about basketball with in Brooklyn, or is the soap opera to continue?
It's the never ending story, because at this point you have what three polarizing players in KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons. Something's if they win or lose, it's not going to be quiet either way.
And if you have a slow media day, as you can see, you just ask bad questions, and I'm putting that on the media. Like it's dead, it's over, and the next question is, what's your response to the support outside for you, Kyrie? You know what I mean? When the Israelites pull up to the plate. And bro, can I have a basketball question? He said that like 4 times. Can I have a basketball question? We just, I'm back. Give me a basketball question. Kyrie, what's your feel towards Ye with something? Bro, try to get an interview with him often. When you're doing basketball, just ask some basketball questions. Just to me, it's like the baiting of these reporters and these lazy media guys, trying to get a buzz, which will put Kyrie into another situation. And I don't know how many times the person has to say, like, can we just keep it basketball? And when he doesn't, he gets crucified for it. I mean, he just comes out of a basketball game. He wants to play basketball. You tell him. I mean, so many things. Shut up and play basketball. You don't want that. You want to get his opinion on politics. You want to get an opinion on this. You want to get opinions on that. Like, which one do they want? So the Brooklyn Zoo to me is over unless he doesn't get baited by, cynical media personalities.
And along those lines, Hill, I'm still waiting for those reporters that were so hurt by him tweeting a suggestion to look at Hebrews, Negroes to Hebrews, that they were so hurt by that suggestion and the anti-Semitism expressed in that book, according to them. I'm still waiting for them to come out and express their hurt feelings and their disappointment in Jeff Bezos for selling that material. I'm still waiting for that, from these media people, that especially the Rich Eisens of the world that was coming out and acting like they were personally hurt by him tweeting and suggesting that book. I want them to come out and talk about how they were personally hurt by someone actually selling that book.
So you're probably saying that they still have their Amazon
subscriptions.
Yeah.
They still have it, is what you're saying. It's a good chance they still might have it.
Yeah. Oh man. Fellas, too early MVP, top 5 consideration. We teased this a little bit earlier, and for me, too early MVP suggestions. Top 5 consideration. Who you got?
Tatum, Giannis, 1 and 1A, right?
What'd you say?
Tatum and Giannis, 1 and 1A.
Oh, okay.
That's it, right?
I would say maybe SGA maybe belongs in there.
Will SGA make the playoffs? Probably not.
I think they're in the playoffs right now.
It's like 22 games in, Mo.
Yeah. Let's see. My man, for my man P in honor of P, my man Donovan Mitchell out in Cleveland.
All right.
Huh?
My man Luka Doncic out in Dallas. He can't get no love. What about my man Ja Morant in Memphis?
Always there. Won't be enough.
Yeah, because I got Giannis, Tatum, Ja, Luka.
Behind Zion cancel themselves out. They don't play enough.
SGA, my 5th.
Okay.
Because right now he got OKC in the playoffs.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, as we speak.
Okay, but I'm gonna go with I think someone who's not gonna get mentioned, and I would probably have probably fourth actually. I'll probably have Ja number 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's just tough because I'm leaving off some jeez. So I
Joker.
had Ja at number 5. Yeah, Joker's not on. He's definitely not top. He's not close to my top 5 actually. Not this year. So I have because okay, Ja, Devin Booker. By the by the way, Phoenix has the best record in the West. So I think he should actually be at least in the running for MVP. And then, of course, if I have Devin Booker, I got Donovan Mitchell number 3. This is MVP. This is not the best player in the league. This is number
Okay.
and and then I have Giannis number 2, who I think just gave me 37 tonight against the Knicks. And number 1, the best player on the best team in the league, who just dropped 49, Jason Tatum. But I think
That's
it's
probably
really
the worst top 5 you can have, but it's deserving.
no, it's really Tatum, Giannis, and then do what you want. That's for me. That's what it is. It's Tatum, Giannis, whatever you want to do. But to me, Tatum and Giannis are clearly the front runners for the MVP this year. And I know Luka's having an unbelievable season. Steph Curry's having like I said, I know I'm leaving out not good, great plays.
Like
Luka
Steph
should
is
snap like a 4-game losing
my
streak.
man on the outside looking at like he's just waiting for his team to get a better record. If his team had a better record, he'd be in my top 5. Steph Curry.
Well, Steph might have to get a little bit more votes to be fair, and I probably have him in my top 5 because he has to overcome Clay and Draymond.
Here we go again.
So he should be in your top 5 on any given night because you have 2 broken legs in your starting 5.
Here we go.
Well, 3
again.
if you tack in Looney. If Looney's starting and it's just him and Wiggins, 2 against 5 almost every night starting, and then you getting help from the bench. Golden State needs to rest Clay up into the playoffs, get one of them young gunners in and let Poole start. Enough is enough for save Clay for the playoffs. He's 2 steps from Elmer's glue.
They won't. Just a different old day.
What have you done for me lately? Great. And listen, I look at Clay the same way the Rams should be looking at what you call him.
He's like 3 games removed
their
from
head
a
coach.
40-piece.
Thank you for the championship. You're fired this year. Gone. Clay, thanks for the help you gave. Gone. I'm done. Gone.
Co-signing on this?
What do you want for Clay right now? Give me 2 guards for Clay right now.
Co-signing on this?
Nah, I'm holding it off on Clay. I mean, I don't think he's all the way back yet.
Thank you.
I don't think he's
I'm glad Sanity has come back into the building. Thank you.
All the way back.
He had a few good games before that clunker he did last night. Last night was bad. It was bad.
He's like 3 games removed from a 40-piece. He gave
so
40 pieces.
I got 5 rings against Booker and getting ejected with 3 points.
Wow.
He's shot. He's done. He's done. He does have 5 rings.
Okay.
And Booker's correct. Booker said, I know, but you're done now, though, bro. It's over, though, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
No, go ahead. But nah, he's up to, he's what, 32?
All right. Before we even go,
meaning what though? I don't know what that
feel
means.
like we're trying.
We'll go on into it, but what do we mean?
No,
we're trying to
that means he might
ostracize
not make it
75.
back.
Okay.
We're trying to ostracize the top 75. I don't want that, yo.
Well, you make it. He didn't make mine.
Yeah, he definitely didn't make it.
Hey, man.
He should have though, but you know.
Hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Who are your 2 early MVP top 5 considerations? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or email us directly at weneedthefifth@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when the next video is coming up. Fellas, what's on the radar, man? And know what? Before we even get that, let me get some house cleaning thing. want to send a happy birthday shout out to the original, two dual sport athlete. One of them, at least, Bo Jackson, is turning 60 today.
Anybody who knows, Mr. Up and A. I don't care who you playing against him with. If you're playing Tecmo Bowl, you press up and A every time. I don't care. You'd rather get burned by Willie Gault than let that guy go for a 70-yard run.
Greatest video game athlete of all time.
Of all time.
With all due respect to Michael Vick and Madden. But Bo Jackson and Tecmo, you knew it was coming and could not stop it.
Up and A. Up and A is your defense. Up and A, period. Mr. Up and A, Bo Jackson, shout out.
Yes.
Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, first Black woman on the under 30 millionaires Forbes cover. Also, in Megan Thee Stallion news, Tory Lanez goes to court today for the assault trial for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. So, fellas, what's on the radar, man?
For me, actually, it's I just found out about today. Nas and 21 Savage have a song together. On the previous show, we were talking about, is he relevant? It was kind of like a little back and forth of Nas fans, 21 Savage fans. So I think it was dope instead of like going back and forth. When they just collaborated, made a song together.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's
I think it's just mature hip hop. Just two men being mature about things and not let people gaslight them, and got a pretty dope song out of it. So shout out to Nas and 21 Savage. Both.
That sounds like grown man B.I. going on right there.
Yes. Just salute to both of those kings. For real.
Yes, sir.
For me, it's two things. Let's go USA and let's go Ghana for World Cup. And the death of the dinosaur quarterbacks. I've seen enough. We don't touch NFL, but I've seen enough. Russell Wilson needs to leave. Tom Brady needs to go. Matt Ryan needs to go.
What about
Aaron Rodgers needs to go. I'm so proud of the young guys actually taking out the Timbs and kicking them out. Now it's not even like a gradual leave. They look so bad on these Sunday night and Thursday night games and Monday nights. It's so refreshing to see the old guard just get pushed out. Because I don't like a gradual leave, and they get to leave on their own terms. No. It's been so exhilarating to watch NFL football. It really has, because the GOAT looks disgusting on Sundays. Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
that's just my take. It just seems
stories about Russell lately.
They
ain't got nothing.
I mean, they give him a soft landing, right?
Yeah, they ain't got nothing good to say about him lately.
Well, I don't think it's as harsh, but I think because he's such a darling guy. Pause.
Yeah,
but like I said, every given Sunday, I mean, Aaron Rodgers looks terrible. It's just great. Matt Ryan looks like he's never picked up a football. Just to see the young guns take over. Shout out to Mahomes. Shout out to Joe Burrow. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. And shout out to my man Deshaun. Welcome back. My man, Mr. Tyler, is coming back this week. Big shout out to the young gun that's coming back. I'm enthused about listen, the football is in great hands. In great hands right now. Yeah. The pocket passer. You can't make your way out of that pocket. It's over. You're cooked. You don't need that pocket passer. Keep him. Go ahead, keep him.
Oh man, what's on my radar? Pretty much an update. Want to shout out on Netflix the Wednesday series, yo. I was really pleasantly surprised that the Wednesday series, based off the Addams Family, was pleasantly entertaining, man. I think cats will be real surprised at how entertaining that series is. So I want to shout out the Wednesday Netflix series.
Who they have is the mother on that, though? That's the main thing, though. She's always been
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
All right, let's go. But that's good.
Yeah.
Mother's always been a plus on that.
See, here you go. Um,
Always.
any last words, fellas?
Nah, at all. Good to be back, man.
Yeah, definitely good to be back. Good to see y'all. Wishing y'all much health.
Most definitely.
And to all our fans out there, hey, have a happy and safe holidays. As you go forward, we're gonna be talking to you before the major holiday coming up. But happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Please be safe.
Second that notion. Peace.